Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Buckeye Blitz podcast. I'm your host, Chad Stryker. Hit that like and subscribe button to stay tuned for all that we're doing. As I mentioned, if you caught my first video, this is the second video of the day. And once again, it's Buckeye Friday. So happy Friday, everybody. The spring game tickets go on sale next Friday, February 10th. The spring practices start in about a month and the spring game is April 15th. So, and the weather is warming up next week. So, welcome to Ohio in the spring where you never know what the weather will be, but the good news is we'll have football soon. Since my last podcast, we've actually heard from Ryan Day, and I'll touch on some of that, and then we'll take a look a little bit at Devin Brown video. As promised, we're kind of doing the state of the position, so Kyle McCord versus Devin Brown. Ryan Day did say he will allow Brian Hartline to call plays, so we may see some changes in the offense. So what we heard from Ryan Day in his press conference is the quarterback competition is real. This isn't a situation where it's like Justin Fields versus Chris Chugginoff, or even I think you'd have to go back to Dwayne Haskins versus Joe Burrow to have the real kind of competition that we're going to have in the spring. I don't think this is a situation based off what Ryan Day said where this is McCord's job to lose. We really do have a quarterback competition. Day did mention he'd like to name a starter at the end of spring ball, but if you believe that, I've got some oceanfront property in Ohio to sell you. So I continue to say and I continue to believe we won't know anything until the end of fall practice, probably 2 weeks before the first game. So it's going to be a long 6 months or so before we really know who the starter will be. The offensive line is starting to take shape, though. Listening to Ryan Day at his press conference, he said Donovan Jackson and Matt Jones will stay at guard. Josh Fryer is going to get a shot at left tackle, so I fully expect, unless something changes, he will be a starting tackle, whether it's on the left or the right remains to be seen. Ryan Day did mention someone that I brought up earlier in my podcast, Carson Hinsman, making progress at center. If you forgot, and when I did speak about him, he turned down Wisconsin or flipped from Wisconsin, came to OSU as a 4-star. He, is a pretty highly rated prospect, and if Wisconsin wanted you, that's probably a pretty good sign as far as offensive linemen go. And they added Vic Cutler in a portal. So both of those guys I fully expect to compete for the center position. Carson Hinsman, from what I understand, is up to around 300 pounds. So I know he came in a little bit light, and those offensive linemen, they got to add bulk for the collegiate level. So excited to see what happens there. And now, lastly, they mentioned Tegra Shabola to slide out perhaps to right tackle and get some reps there. So we may end up grabbing a guy from the portal still. I still think that'll happen. It might be a depth piece, but I do think that, right now, if I was going to lay it out, it sounds like Josh Fryer and Donovan Jackson on the left side, Carson Hinsman at center, or Vic Cutler at right guard. You'd have Matt Jones, and at right tackle, if you were lining up today, sounds like Tegra Shabola. So we'll see. We'll see how it all turns out. But those are the things that I took away from Ryan Day's press conference the other day, and it sounded interesting to me. So defensively, as I mentioned, it sounds like in listening to Larry Johnson, Jack Sawyer is going to go back to his natural defensive end position. I think that'll be good for him. I do think that Tommy Eichenberg being out for the spring, as Ryan Day mentioned, he's one of the 8 people that are out. I think that'll be um, helpful for CJ Hicks this spring. So you'll see a lot of him, and I do think that the defensive line is starting to take shape, and I can't wait to see what Mike Hall looks like this year, 100% healthy. Other notes and news: players unavailable for the spring: Emeka Egbuka, Julian Fleming, Mayan Williams, Travion Henderson, Evan Pryor, Tommy Eichenberg, Court Williams, Mitchell Melton. Now, all of them are okay. They're all healing. People were surprised by Mecca and Julian. They had nagging, lingering stuff. And what are you really going to learn about them, anyways? Mecca's going into his junior year. Julian's going into his senior year. We know what they are. We know what they bring. Why would you risk them? Same with Mayan. Same with Trey. They're recovering. Evan Pryor, he tore his ACL. It sounded like Ryan Day expects him back towards the end of summer. Let Tommy rest. Mitchell Melton, that poor guy just can't stay healthy, and Port got hurt, late in the year. So we'll see those guys. They'll be back for fall camp. They're all healing. It's just lingering stuff. Nobody worry about the turf or anything else. It's just, everybody's healing up. So with that in mind, I wanted to show a little bit of Devin Brown video. It's about 3 minutes. I'll kind of talk during a little bit of it. It's his high school film, but what I really want you to look at is his feet and his elusiveness. And I'm not in any way, shape, or form saying that Kyle isn't elusive or that he couldn't make a play with his feet. But there is a difference between what Kyle brings and what Devin brings and how it looks. And so we're going to take a little look at that right now. So, I do think that Devin does bring something that perhaps, we haven't seen in, I don't know, maybe since Justin Fields. Fields was really elusive and a fantastic runner. And so to say that, Devin Brown is going to be Justin Fields, I don't think that's fair. So let's just take a look. And, and I think I want to say it like this. When we had JT Barrett ran the ball so much, we didn't want him to run the ball as much. We wanted, somebody to be able to throw. And now we had CJ Stroud, who did throw and didn't really run, and now we want somebody who runs. I think there's a happy medium, and I think Devin Brown has it. So let's just take a look. So here's his season highlights. As you can see, 24, 372, 68%, 451 rushing yards, and 8 TDs. Remember, he came out of Utah. So here's a play action. Looking at his deep ball, this is one of my favorite things about him. Like he has some touch on his deep ball. So there's that. Again, here, quarterback draw, watch the elusiveness, makes a man miss, gets to the corner of the end zone, touchdown. Again, deep ball, steps into it, and the receiver just flat out runs by the corner. The corner stopped. I don't know why, but again, steps back in the pocket, pump fake. Now watch, on a rope, on a line, over the safety, right to the wide receiver. Good throw again. So again, this is high school. So watch the elusiveness. 2 guys miss. Now watch this rope sliding sideways in the pocket, back across his body. Great throw. Again, deep ball, nice touch, touchdown. Again, now watch the elusiveness. Boom. Great throw. No touchdown here, but good rope. And nice and tall in the pocket, steps into it, and then the receiver does the rest of the work. And here's this, pulls it. Who does that look like? To you? Did that look like a little bit of, oh, shoot, commercial? I'm sorry. Did that look like a little bit of Carlos Hyde? Now watch this. Man miss, makes another man miss, outruns him, hits the guy in the flat. Good throw. And the receiver does the rest. Play action, blitz off the edge, shrugs off one, shrugs off another, keeps his feet, looks downfield, and throws a completion. Again, same thing. Now, high school competition. Now keeps the play alive, alive, alive. Throws touchdown. Kind of got away with one there, if you're asking me. Deep ball, deep shot. Look at this on a rope, 40 plus yards. Easy peasy. Now watch this. Fires. Boom. Touchdown. What a strike on the post. Again, fires on a line. Touchdown. I like his touch a lot. Couple more plays and we'll call it a day. Play action, getting some pressure, 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 gets rid of it, finds his guy deep downfield on the run. Now play action, pulls it, makes a man miss. Now he's going to get tough. Boom, into the end zone, touchdown. And another pulls it. Watch this. 3 guys. Boom. You know, last one pulls it. Nobody anywhere even near him. Great fake. Touchdown. So from my, this is high school footage from my perspective, for what I think, for what I've seen out of, those plays. And then I watched a little bit of the stuff from spring practice the spring game last year. And we didn't get to see him a lot in live game action, but he does bring some athleticism and he does bring some fleet-footedness. It's going to be a true competition. I am open to either. I'm not saying that Kyle can't make a man miss, but I don't see it in the film. So that's kind of what concerns me. And if we're going to run the read option, even 4 times a game, I'd like to have a quarterback that can do that, because that threat of the run, just the threat, is a huge deal. So that's it. That's it for me this week. I hope you guys enjoyed the video of Devin Brown and some of our discussion. I appreciate you guys listening, taking some time with me today. And I hope you have a great weekend. Next week, as far as the state of the position, I'll be discussing the running back room. I'll take, probably Tuesday to do Mayan Williams and Travion Henderson. And then on Friday, we'll discuss Evan Pryor and everyone else in that room, including Dallin Hayden, TC Caffey, and the new walk-on from Massillon. So again, I appreciate you guys, appreciate you listening. Thanks for taking some time out of your day to listen to my rants. And have a good weekend, Blitzers. Talk to you soon.